Previously on Life with Big. So, as you can see, today I woke up and I was not in the best of moods. Normally, if I am not in a good mood or I have experienced some disruption when it comes to my mental health, I do music therapy or dance therapy. But today I tried something a little different. I decided to do a different therapeutic approach. I did makeup. And for people who, don't do makeup, of course, you would just choose whatever hobby that is therapeutic to you. Golfing, basketball, swimming, whatever hobby of your choice that puts you in a therapeutic, relaxed state. So, yeah, I chose makeup today. All of my makeup is by Bestie Gang Collection. I think except for the concealer that I use. But anyway, so I did experience like a disruption to my mental health, and I'm just basically making this video to talk about breaking the cycle of when you have a disruption in your mental health, like staying down. You want to break the cycle of staying down, like down and out about it. You want to get up, you want to be proactive. You want to regress from the state of whatever you may be experiencing, paranoia, anxiety, depression. And this therapeutic approach is what helps me to regress from those symptoms. So I was like I was in such a disabled state, and that's just come from breaking the cycle of people pleasing, dealing with people that you don't want to deal with or that just no longer fit your lifestyle. And then you can tend to feel bad or down or, guilty sometimes about not dealing with people that no longer serve your highest good. So that can affect you in many ways, but I want to make it known that you should continue in your approach. You should continue to set those boundaries of having people meet you where you are instead of going down to their level. Like, could have handled things way differently when it came to the situation, which I don't really want to get into, just past bull crap, of course, nothing that is where I'm at in life right now, but yeah, that just plays a role. Of course, I was already struggling for the past week. No, not even the past week. It's been like a couple days. It's been a couple days. I was already beginning to struggle. I can always feel when I'm going to relapse or go into an episode or whatever, or experience symptoms of mental illness. So I always make it my duty to catch it beforehand because I don't take any type of pharmaceutical drugs or anything like that. Not to say that if you do take some that you shouldn't, but this is just my own personal approach just because of all the things that I have experienced myself with taking pharmaceuticals. So I maybe, if I did have a pharmaceutical drug that didn't give me these side effects, didn't, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't go through the things that I went through dealing with those drugs, I probably would look at things different. So it's not really to judge or to say this or that or the third. I'm just giving you my experience, how I'm approaching it, and you can just actually use these therapies in incorporate them in with your pharmaceuticals. This is just basically soothing the symptoms, um, helping you to regress from a state of, like I said, you may experience anxiety, depression, paranoia, whatever state you're in that is causing the symptoms. These therapies will help you digress and get back, just in your norm. When I know when I get like real deep into an episode or really affected by my mental illness, I can become quite paranoid. I can get um, extreme anxiety, extreme, like basically becoming extreme distress. So, um, like I said, throughout these journeys and throughout the years, I have just found different therapies, different ways of coping. And I call them like coping mechanism therapies. These are things that are even used in hospitals after major surgeries and traumas, dealing with children and adults. I have witnessed myself the different therapies, even people getting service animals. I did have a service animal, but I had to get rid of them, unfortunately. But hopefully, I will be getting a new service animal soon because I love animals. Cat or dog does not matter to me. I like both. So, yeah, I just appreciate the support that I do have around me in the midst of this, because I remember the days when I would hide like my mental illness or hide the fact that I was going through mental illness or it being disrupted. I remember crying behind closed doors. I remember being suicidal, and here I am now today. And I talk about it, I live it, and I make it my duty to help others who may be struggling or going through it. And some people don't know how to cope. Some people turn to drugs and alcohol, which is not always the most healthiest thing to do. But this is for people who would like other coping mechanisms besides those things. To each his own if that's what you do. I am only 90 days sober, so I'm not one to judge. But yeah, this is just what I do. This what works for me. Has helped me tremendously. Excuse me. Tremendously. If you knew me, or if you could go back into my timeline and just see where I came from, then you would understand like this works, and I'm just so ready to get it out to the world and provide these therapies, this advice. I do have my own products that I make to help also. I have certain soaps, oils, bath washes that help, like their aromatherapy. It's a aromatherapy method that goes along with it. And soon I'll be able to have a studio or a place where I'm able to offer the services in person, perhaps, and the products in person. Be able to do the therapeutic massages that go along with my products, because one of my products happen to be one of my products happened to be a oil that would help assist. So, this is just some things that are coming off in the works. I'm excited about it, working on it, working towards these things. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to keep giving you what I got, telling you what works for me, and, come along on the journey. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, before I do go, I want to kind of go over the other therapies that I did, which I know I kind of talked about them a little, which is music therapy, which is basically you singing. You want to kind of sing from your diaphragm. Some people may say it's going to open up your core in alignment, put you in alignment, and then, help shift you into a therapeutic state of mind. You kind of just have to do the work to be able to see the results. And then there's dance therapy, of course. Dance therapy, the same thing. We research rhythmic movements and how they help your body release certain stresses and anxieties. And, I'm just so excited. Like I said, yeah, I'm excited about this. You can continue to subscribe. I'll go into detail and I'll continue to talk about certain things pertaining to this. I'll give you examples. I'll give you things that I deal with, you know, to a certain extent. And yeah, I also want to. So yeah, I also wanted to just backtrack and go back into like what I initially was speaking on, which is like breaking the habits. So all of this basically is entwined into your mental health, your wellness. Even if you don't really have mental health issues, that you just would like to be in a self care, wellness mind state, you just would still use these therapies like in your everyday life. You just want to be well. You want to be able to live a well lifestyle. You want to be able to have a positive and mindset and perspective. If you do get out of pocket, because we all do, you want to be able to regress yourself, because you never know, in a split second anything could change. There's so many things that happen in a split second. If only a person would have took the time and regressed, then they maybe wouldn't have done a certain thing and changed their life forever. So these will help in that area of your life too. When you're doing these things, I kind of want you to make sure you're breaking habits that no longer serve you. People pleasing, feeling guilt or shame associated with people pleasing. Like, you want to have boundaries, set your boundaries, and let people meet you where you're at. Don't go down to the level. Like I was saying, like, if people can't meet you where you at, celebrate you where you're at, and go from there, then you just kind of, do your own thing. Me, a lot, I do my own thing a lot, because I've done all that. I done people pleased. I done did what others thought was best for me, and blase blah. Now I'm just kind of past all that. I done been, Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you just now I'm so chill and laid back. Of course, I can't lean forward, so I don't want people to ever get it misconstrued that I'm just all love, light, and happiness. Because when I do get upset, I'm upset. I'm irate, and but I know how to regress myself. So this has really helped. That's why I say this works. This is where we at with it. And I am also still discovering so much more that comes along with it. So, I'm not absolutely an expert as I continue to learn and grow through this purpose, because this is like my purpose. I was suicidal for many years, and this literally saved my life. Doing these therapies, learning from breaking these habits, and learning how to regress, learning how to live with mental illness. So when I say this saved my life, I mean it literally saved my life. So this is why I speak on it, and I speak on it every day, all day. There's nothing more appealing to me, nothing more important to me, of course, besides my children, than just putting this out there. This is my baby. This is basically like one of my babies. This is Note to Self. I remind myself, I call it Note to Self because I like to remind myself. I would go in my phone and I would make little video notes to myself to remind myself of the things that I had overcome, of the things that I didn't want to go back to, and of the things where I was going, like in life. Remind myself that although I wasn't where I wanted to be at the moment, that I was getting there. So that's why I call it Notes to Self. I will be posting some of my Note to Self videos over on TikTok. Maybe even post a few over here also, from back when I first started. And, maybe you can tag me from there and see kind of the growth. That's neither here nor there. But like I said, I appreciate everyone. Please subscribe. YouTube, Ayo Big. TikTok, Ayo Big.
Uh-huh. 98. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'ma let you know what's up. It's about a billion bitches I can fuck. Look, I ain't gotta give you none of my love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No love, just lust. Cause when we fucking, we ain't gotta fuss. I promise it's different, girl, when we wake up. Yeah, yeah, I'ma let you know what's up. It's about a billion bitches I can fuck. Look, I ain't gotta give you none of my love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No love, just lust. Cause when we fucking, we ain't gotta fuss. I promise it's different, girl, when we wake up. See, you don't want love. I gave you my heart and you gave this shit up. This ain't a blemish that you can make up. We can fuck, but you gotta leave when you wake up, huh? Oh, now you feel hurt, feeling like dirt, every nigga a curse. It's only like that cause you know your worth. You be looking for niggas and go back to work. See the pain in my eyes, I don't know why I do not cry. I gave you loyalty, you gave me lies. Now I treat every bitch like she wearing disguise. Focused on me, no more chasing shit that I know I don't need. I got a family, I gotta feed. I don't want commitment, I just wanna tease. Yeah, yeah. When we started off, I'd act like I ain't care. I had to explain this to my side chick on my phone, singing that yeah, yeah. Don't say shit, cause that might be right. Yeah, yeah, I'ma let you know what's up. It's about a billion bitches I can fuck. Look, I ain't gotta give you none of my love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No love, just lust. Cause when we fucking, we ain't gotta fuss. I promise it's different, girl, when we wake up. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'ma let you know what's up. It's about a billion bitches I can fuck. Look, I ain't gotta give you none of my love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No love, just lust. Cause when we fucking, we ain't gotta fuss. I promise it's different, girl, when we wake up. I gave you my heart, shit up. You can make up, gotta leave when you wake up. Feeling like dirt, every nigga Uh-huh.
98.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'ma let you know what's up. It's about a billion bitches I can fuck. Look, I ain't gotta give you none of my love. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No love, just lust. Cause when we fucking, we ain't gotta fuss. I promise it's different,
Taylor
girl, when
about
we
the
wake
fucking
up.
flex.
Yeah, yeah. I'ma let you know what's up. It's about a billion bitches I can fuck. Look, I ain't gotta give you none of my love.
Thanks for
Yeah,
watching Life with
yeah.
Big.